Well, I made a big mistake, but to explain how I got myself into this mess of snow and icy weather, I need to take you back to what I've been doing the last several weeks. It's not just me, even this bird doesn't like the snow. So this winter, I really was trying to avoid snow and ice and generally cold weather. So I left the Pacific Northwest and I headed south. And recently I've been hanging out in areas like Joshua Tree National Park and the Mojave National Preserve, Kofa National Wildlife Preserve, and most recently, Anza-Borrego State Park. Now, Anza-Borrego is a beautiful high desert state park that is very close to San Diego. It's a great place to go for free camping. There's lots of free dispersed camping, although there are lots of paid campgrounds too if you need more amenities. But even though it's so close to San Diego, this park is not very crowded, at least not usually. The hiking is very nice here, and I especially enjoyed this view of the Ramona Freeway down below. Just such a beautiful, vast area, this park. Now, truth be told, I didn't enjoy Anza-Borrego as much as I probably should have, and that's just because I'd spent so many days and weeks out in similar type deserts. And at this point, I really just wanted to see some trees. I wanted to see some trees and I wanted to see some water. And so that got me back in the van, heading to higher elevation. Now, some of this drive got to be a little windy and twisty, but it was all worth it because as I gained elevation, I finally got to see some trees. Now, my destination was to the little mountain town of Julian, California. I've been wanting to go back to Julian for years, and I just have not had the opportunity. So this was a nice little stop, especially because Julian has such a cool vibe. Everybody seems happy, and there's lots of great little shops to look around in, if that's your thing. Some people head up to Julian to take advantage of the twisty roads because they're really fun to drive on. And lots of other people come into Julian because Julian is well known for pie. But I wasn't interested in pie. After being out in the desert for several weeks with limited food and coffee shop options, I really wanted a good latte and a good lunch. And I found that. I found that here in Julian at a place called Regular's Wanted Beanery. This was not only a cute little cafe, but the coffee was awesome, the food was incredible, and it's just really well run. I just have nothing but good to say about Regular's Wanted Beanery. In fact, I would say if you're anywhere in driving distance to Julian and you want a really good place to go to treat yourself for breakfast or lunch, you might want to check them out. I think it'd be well worth the drive up. I decided I didn't want to park in the town of Julian overnight, and so I looked around and found I was close to the Cleveland National Forest and decided that might be a good place to camp. Now, it was pretty, real pretty. Sunset was nice, the view was nice, hardly anybody around, but there weren't a lot of trees, so that got me back on the move again. And being that I'm from Southern California, I kind of know the area a little bit, I decided I knew where there were some more trees, and that is near the little town of Idyllwild in the San Bernardino National Forest. So where I camped here was called a yellow post site, and we have a number of these around Southern California. They're on national forest land, But instead of just being a wide open dispersed area, you get a little picnic table and a fire ring, even though you can't really use a fire ring anymore these days. Well, this is a really nice place to camp, but there was some evidence of a wildfire that had swept through here last year. But things are returning fairly quickly, it seems. Well, this is a pretty nice place to camp, especially because it's free. It's quiet and it's out of the way, but it doesn't have any cell service. And also, it's really close to one of my absolute favorite towns in all of Southern California, which is Idyllwild. That's Idyllwild with a Y and not an E if you're looking it up, because there are two Idyllwilds in the state of California. It was a real joy, at least my first day being back here in Idyllwild, and it was nice just soaking up the pleasant atmosphere. This is a town that really likes tourists and treats them well, and I got to go back to some of my old shops that I used to shop in, like this one here that sells backpacking gear. But my second day in Idyllwild, things changed, and changed dramatically. So I spent the day here in Idyllwild Park. It was $6 for the day and it allowed me to fill up my water. They also had coin-op showers, but I opted not to take a shower since the weather was so chilly. But what I did do was I figured I should get out and hike a little bit, make the best of the situation here. Well, hiking around was definitely a good decision. Kept me a little warmer. And it was really pretty out, I have to admit. Although I think I probably would have enjoyed it a little bit more if it was a little bit warmer and a little less snow. I got to see plenty of trees and plenty of water. Got to take a couple of nice hikes and got to see a couple of my favorite towns in Southern California, so all in all, not bad. Although I do wish I didn't see quite so much snow. But the good thing is the next day after that snowfall, snowed for a full day and I think all night. It warmed up the next day and almost all the snow just melted away, so it wasn't quite so bad. I just got a little taste of snow and then back to normal. Although, to not make that mistake again, and not see more snow, I headed down the mountain the next day. That really was my plan for this winter, to stay away from snow. So I'm going to do the best I can to avoid snow from here on out. But then again, winter's almost over. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. I really appreciate it.